So much of what you see today is an outgrowth of women who committed their life to our Lord Jesus Christ, and they committed their life to Incarnate Word College.
It's the three brave sisters who came from France in the 1860s.
They didn't know the language and they didn't know the terrain.
And they come to an infirmary that's been burned down. It burned down.
The archbishops reaching out and saying, we have a multitude of sick and infirm that just seek relief at your hands.
They have to roll up their sleeves. They have to take care of orphans in a cholera epidemic. They have to care for the sick and dying, and they have to educate the children. So out of this comes the University of the Incarnate Word.
We had sisters that gave everything to Incarnate Word.
Because of that origin tying to healthcare, we are so pleased that the Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word have such an extraordinarily successful healthcare ministry to this day.
Our new medical school at Brook City Base will be the pinnacle of our health sciences education initiative.
When I think about what we're building here, the word that comes to mind outside of service, which is what the institution is about, it's really access.
We have had nursing since the early 1900s, and then in the early 2000s developed a school of pharmacy, followed by a school of optometry, followed by a school of physical therapy. In 2012, Dr. Agnesi said, I think we ought to consider a school of medicine.
We will develop an ultra-modern medical center south side that will be the major generator for the south side of San Antonio.
This school being in the midst of a redeveloped community, one that is an urban mix just 10 minutes from downtown San Antonio, is going to provide an incredible environment for the students of diversity.
It is something that is most needed in Texas. Osteopathic, because we want to focus on primary care family practice physicians.
There are two ways to become a fully licensed physician in the United States. One is as an MD, and the second is as a DO, a Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine.
Osteopathic medicine is guided by 4 tenets, which are that the person is a dynamic unit of function, of body, mind, and spirit, that the body knows how to heal itself, that structure and function are interrelated, and that rational treatment is based upon these principles.
We want to treat the person, the patient, as a whole person, so we don't hone in on the disease right off the bat. We look at the person as a whole.
We want a well-rounded student academically, but we're also looking for those attributes that are non-academic. So somebody who has the will and the passion to succeed, because students, everyone goes through challenges. And how you meet those challenges, how you succeed, is going to determine how great a physician you're going to be.
Our idea is that we are creating a generation, the next generation of healthcare providers, that we're giving them access to education, but then they go beyond our walls and actually go and guarantee access to healthcare to those that are in need.
That means that we will form partnerships, meaningful partnerships with our communities, so that we can address, particularly for those communities that are poor and have inadequate access to healthcare, we can address those needs.
The students from the very beginning in the first year, the first 8 weeks, they're going through an EMT course. They're going to begin those professional relationships with their interdisciplinary partners, the nurses, the EMTs, the ER docs.
They're literally going to be learning medicine in the midst of a well-mixed, diverse community, a little city, if you will, within the city of San Antonio.
Again, our institution is about service, so we want to make sure even at this level we are teaching our students patient-centered focus, that they are mindful of the society that we have committed to serve.
Together with our communities, we want to prepare a future generation of physicians that will, in its truest sense, work for the common good.
We're very committed to the education and the health of Texans, the congregation from its very beginning in healthcare and education. And it's there to provide, again, access and choices for many young people who would never have even thought about medicine if it was not for Incarnate Word.
Our focus is the student. our purpose is to help them succeed. And we're not about what makes me or I great, but what makes us successful.